If you go back into the history of the last turn of the century and look at the silver industry, for example, in the southwest of the United States, when the Pinkertons were going around, closing mines through force and resolving labor disputes by getting people in Trinidad, Colorado into a church and then blowing it up as a way to kind of resolve the labor problems, I think that was when we were in crisis. I think we were in crisis when we realized that we were letting one resource, in this case the natural resource of minerals, actually be more valuable than the natural resource of labor. We had some real crisis moments, and we're not through them. In Papua New Guinea right now, when you have a gold mine that is perfectly fine toxifying the headwaters of a river and putting cyanide in leach pits at the headwaters of a river that feeds thousands and thousands of people in hundreds of villages, we do have a real conflict, and the real conflict is in the current system. It's not the end of the system. The end of the system isn't where the conflict is. The conflict is when we allow the moral compromises that we've allowed in the current experiment to go unchecked. So when it's okay to take gold out of the ground, but don't worry about the fact that you're polluting the river. When it's okay to have little miners up in the highlands of Peru sitting there burning lead and breathing in lead and killing themselves and killing their families because gold is at, at $1,100 an ounce, that's where we've had the crisis. I look at the transition that we're coming up on as a human race and kind of go, thank God we're out of the crisis. Because the crisis actually has been going on. When you have millions of people in Africa who can't get AIDS drugs because Merck wants to maintain its profits, that's a moral crisis. That's a genocide. And that's been a willful compromise in the current system. That was a crisis. So coming to the end of that, coming to the end of a world that includes starvation as an acceptable cost, because it's okay that people are starving because we have seven times more calories than we need. And we really don't need to work out that distribution thing because it's not our neighbors that are starving. Those are crises. The opportunity to end that experiment sounds to me like a great opportunity, because this experiment really sucks.